I talk to people from all over the world every day because I'm at the hotel, and you wouldn't know how many times guests is like, "Oh, can you print something me?" And they're printing basketball tickets for the Knicks or the Nets. They don't speak no English. They don't speak no
Mhm.
English, and they're getting freaking good ass seats to these
Mhm.
games or whatever. Why? Because they had a Manu Ginobili on there or such and such. Believe me,
Yep.
it's a marketing thing and it's powerful.
You can save it without a doubt. You won't claim it. You is a slouch. Live in your mom basement. They mad, they hate, and irritated. Stop complaining. Stop back chasing. Can't wait for it. You gotta take
What it do is your boy Lifefly with Goat Metrics. We got Seb in the building. What's going on, son?
Good, man. I'm here. I'm here.
Hey, Benny Blanco, what up, baby?
Everything is gravy, man. Just living life.
That's what it do. We don't get right into it, man. This a weekday. This a midday, so we usually don't get a midday in. Man. I wish we could record 2 or 3 times a week, but I know everybody got things going on.
Oh
But
yeah.
we gonna get an All-Star recap. I don't know how y'all was feeling about the All-Star game. So I'm gonna start with you, Benny, first, and just give me your insights on the game. Did you like the format? Because we spoke on the format the last episode. So just tell me, did you watch the game and did you like the new format, B?
Um, I'm gonna say it got my attention. It got my attention. I went in with very low expectations. Over the last few years, I haven't really been staying tuned and watching it. Actually, the 3-point contest is my
Mm,
favorite competition for a long time now because the
yeah.
dunking is just whatever. But I think since I didn't have any expectation, I thought it was decent. I think they went into trying to make it more competitive. I think they got somewhere there. I don't think it's fully there, but I think they kinda went somewhere there. But,
Okay.
overall, I thought it was alright.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Seb? How you felt about the All-Star game and the
Well, let me
format
tell
and
you why I'm
everything?
mad, son. I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad. All right. I'm mad.
Man, rap.
No, honestly, I'm mad because I'm gonna have to agree with Ben on this one. It got my attention. It got my attention. Finally, something different that might work. This might work. It might need a little tweak here, little tweak there, but this might work. This might have been the better all-star change or game that they made in a while. I like it. I like it. I think it shows something different. So yeah, it got my attention.
Okay. I feel the same. I feel the same. I actually enjoyed it. I actually kind of loved it. I loved it because I think next time they should mix the teams up a little bit
Yeah,
more, where it's more
Yeah,
competitive. When you mix up some old guys
yeah,
with some youth,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
yeah,
And even with the world team, mix it up or something. I don't know if you want to keep the
right.
world team, but the three team situation was pretty good. I like that. You
Yeah,
know, from the first game, the first 3 games was very
Yeah.
competitive. I was
you're
seeing
right.
guys that didn't, I'm low key. I don't know if I'm gonna say I'm a racist or something, but I was happy the world didn't win a game. You know what I mean? I was happy the world didn't win a game. I was low key. I'm like, so it came with me a little talking point,
Right.
you know, because we say, and Sam said it too, the international players are more skilled, but do they have the best competitors?
Yeah.
No,
I'm gonna
no.
pass it to you, Sam. Do you feel like
Yeah,
they have the best competitors?
I don't. I think, like you said, they have the most skilled players all around, obviously on the offensive side. But the competitiveness is a little different. Even with Luca, when Luca first came in the game, I was shocked by him. You remember how hard I was on Luca. And I started seeing him throwing elbows and talking back and, letting them know, like, you're not gonna push me around. Like I like that. But that's very rare from an international player. You know, I know they say Luca grew up in the gutter. He from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So I like that competitive drive, but I don't think a lot of the international guys have it. I don't know if it's because, you know, once you make it to the NBA, you've made it. You know, you've made it. A lot of those guys have played overseas for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? Professionally since they were teenagers. So their competitive drive may be a little different. And I think that anytime we're on the world stage, listen, the US, we gonna show you what we about. We gonna do that.
Okay.
So I agree with you on that one.
All right, B, what about you? You feel like the international players, you know, we all agree that they're very skilled. They brought the Euro step over here. I mean, it's Euro. You know, they brought so many things over here. But when it comes to competitiveness, how you feel
Um,
about that?
put it like this. Giannis didn't play. I know Giannis is a huge competitor. It's probably like what
Yeah.
makes him good. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not the most skillful person, but his competitive nature will get him, you know, with all the other all-stars. So he didn't play. The Joker didn't play either, right? Or did the Joker play?
Uh he
Nah, he
played
didn't
the
play.
first game, but he didn't play all the rest of the
Okay.
games.
So if if they get all their guys to buy in, like, yo, let's get this W, let's make some prove. I think they're there as far as competitiveness. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the I think the US players from young age, it's all about being competitive. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're born with
Mhm.
it. You know what I'm saying? From playing in the parks and playing organized college and all that. It's always competitive.
Right.
So I think they're born with it. But I don't
Right.
think the Europeans are that far. Look at Wemby's reaction. He wanted he was
Yeah.
pissed. And I was like, wow, man, it's an
Yeah.
Yeah.
all-star game. Nah, he wasn't having it. He wanted it. So, you know, that's competitiveness there right there. And he played
That's a
well.
fact.
He played really good.
That's a fact. That's a
Yeah,
fact.
and I agree. I believe like what both of y'all saying. Like Sam feel like because I agree. I think the U.S. players have more competitive nature, but the Euro players they just I guess when it comes to the All Star game,
Yeah.
I guess Jokic. And I don't even know why they keep giving him a slot. I guess they have to because he's voted in with the fans and everything. But he really don't
Right.
compete in the
Right.
All Star games.
Yeah, he don't.
He never does, and he's one of the best players, if not the best player in
Yeah.
the NBA. And he don't want to compete. He don't want to compete. I don't know if it's All Star. He feel like he should be relaxed or what he
Right.
should be doing. So, and Giannis wasn't there. Shea wasn't there. Steph Curry wasn't there. It was a lot of players that was hurt, and that's what
Mhm.
hurts the All Star game. That's what hurts the All Star game. You know, and I think I don't want to add no more stuff to it, but I think they should give some little added for ISO defense and ISO points.
Mm.
Okay.
And you get an opportunity to see guys go at each other.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
when it's the ISO, so ISO points and like ISO defending. A little extra 10,000 or whatever, that little initiative to make people go at each other.
Right.
A little bit
Mm.
better. So when you get the ball, so now you get the matchup that you want.
Right.
And
Right.
now if you play, so just little things like that. But I really like how this went. I just
Oh
wish
yeah.
that the old heads wouldn't have went, would have lasted
That was
longer,
funny.
But you know what,
Yeah.
Lifeline? Benny, you know
What's
what that
up?
said? What that showed me? That the NBA is in good hands. It's in good hands. These young boys, these young men, they have
Mhm.
it and they're ready to take it over. And these older guys should feel comfortable enough to step aside and let them take it. Like I love Anthony Edwards. You know what I'm saying? Like he's one of my favorite young guys right now. Like the league is in good hands, bro. It's in good hands.
Now I respect that. I'm gonna go to the other podcast. I've been listening to podcasts all day. I'm mad that Cam and them wasn't out today. Like they
Mm,
it is what it is. They have because sometimes I like to listen to their topics. I don't always use their topics, but one topic that I heard today, I think it was on First Take. They was saying when LeBron retired, Kendrick Perkins was acting like the league is not going to be in good hands once he leave. Or he might not have said that, but he's like the league
mhm.
is going to get affected big time when LeBron leaves because he do so much for the game.
Nah, I don't.
And yeah, I beg to differ so much. How do y'all feel about that?
Yeah, I disagree with that. There's way too many young players. There's a lot. I mean, think about it. Tatum might be coming back. He's not even in the mix of all this. There's a lot of young players, man, that are really, really good,
Yeah.
and they can step into that role. I'm not buying it.
Easily,
What
yeah.
about you,
I
Seth?
disagree too because for one, LeBron. Excuse me. Where's my point? You know what? Doesn't matter. LeBron hasn't been the league in a few years. Like the league has really been moving along despite LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like despite him trying to maintain a chokehold on it. And I think I actually like the way that the league is right now, because you have so many, great players. There's no one person that's the face of the league anymore. I think we're kind of getting away from that, and I love that. Like, let's not let one person be the face of the league. Let the league speak for itself. And that's why I love the way that the All-Star game went, because it's like this is the league as a whole. So yeah, I disagree with 85% of what Kendrick Perkins say anyway. But we'll just throw one more up there. You knew I was gonna do it. You knew I was gonna do it.
And now Uncle Murder, I didn't see it coming. I didn't throw you the oop. I didn't throw you the oop to
You
kill
never
Kendrick.
know, baby. You never know. Oh man,
Hey,
I'm like Shay out here. I
but
shoot from anywhere, baby. Bye.
hey, but the thing about it is, we felt like that when Mike left,
That's a fact.
and I think the NBA does a great job of promoting stars. Like I said about the NFL last week, like they focus on the stars they want to, but the
Right.
NFL they'll make a star just like Trey Young, how they got him out there. We got Johnson there.
Right.
Johnson in maybe 2 or 3 years, he's gonna be a star. He's already an
Yeah.
all-star,
That's
you
a fact.
know? But we find guys who doing things that other guys who not doing, and then we promote
Mhm.
them. Because even Anthony Edwards, like when he was doing his interviews, he said a few things, and I don't even think he really want to be the face of the NBA. And I get it, man, because he kind of young. He want to live his life. I think some guys
Oh
want
yeah.
it because your lifestyle says like you got to almost be corporate,
Right. No,
you
you have
know.
to do it.
And some guys don't want it like that now if you give it to me. But one guy that I think is going to be the face is going to be Wemby. And it's not just because his skills, because he
Mhm.
wants it. He wants to be the face of the NBA. He wants to be the best player of the NBA. And he's outspoken, and Wemby has a personality. When I seen when they was on the All-Star weekend and they was saying he went to when he got injured or he had that blood clots, whatever he had last year
Mhm.
that sidelined him, he went and learned how to meditate with the monks and stuff. He learned how to fight with the monks and everything. I mean, he's a modern day Kareem
Word.
Abdul-Jabbar
Word.
without the
You know
Muslim
what I'm
stuff. You know
saying?
what I'm saying?
That's right. That's
So,
right.
and then he set the tone when he came out. Like Wemby want to take it at
Yeah.
whoever.
Yeah. Bro.
And he want to
That's a
play
fact.
defense. And if you ain't doing right, he'll say something. Like he was mad that they let Scotty Barnes get that shot off. Like, why you going to check the 2 when the 2 can't beat us and you leave the 3 open when the 3 could
Yeah.
kill us? You know what I
That's
mean?
fact. That's fact. You're absolutely right.
What else y'all felt like? Or what about Damian Lillard? How did y'all feel about that? Because we touched on that, Seth. You dropped off when we was talking about Damian Lillard. So
Right.
Benny, I think I asked you a question, but your Wi-Fi was acting up or whatever. But anyway, they
Yeah.
let Damian Lillard in a 3-point shooting contest and he ain't even playing.
I know. It actually surprised me a little bit. And first of all, I apologize for the difficulty with my internet last week. I really was digging that episode and I had to cut off. But I mean, that just shows you how great Dame is as a shooter, man. The dude been sitting
Mhm.
around not doing nothing for the last 6 months, and he's like, yo, you know what? I feel like winning the 3-point contest. Like he won. He came out and he
Yeah.
won. Like that says
Yeah.
everything you need to know about what he was doing.
Yeah.
I was loving it, because I did not want Booker to win. I am not a Booker fan. This dude, I don't know if it was his attitude problem or what it was, but you know, he shot himself out of it. He had the opportunity, and I know that hurts because all he had to do is to make like 1 or 2 on the last rack, and he blew it. He blew it. So I was happy
Yeah.
about Lillard getting his what? His 3rd? I
Mm-hmm.
think the only others are Craig
Yeah, he got his
Hodges
3rd.
and I forgot what the other person.
Is
So
it Steph
let me
Curry?
ask you guys this real quick. And this is probably something you
Yeah.
may have talked about, like with Dame Lillard. You know, he's a superstar and he still showed up to do a 3-point contest. Do you feel like enough superstars aren't competing in a lot of these
Yeah,
things? Or is it just the fact that we're letting the younger guys come up and kind of, because we want to see that.
listen,
Like, I'm disappointed that I never got to see
there you
LeBron
go.
in the dunking
Yeah,
contest. You know, like,
and that's
is it,
why
what do you think that's about?
I think
That
Ant-Man should be in the dunking contest. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
If you want the real superstars, like we went when we was young watching Mike and Dominique go at it, that was like major
yeah,
stuff. Like it didn't get no bigger than that.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I need the
that's a
Ant-Man
fact.
in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, win a dunking contest. What's the big deal? Put on a show. But I
Yeah.
think LeBron
No,
started that
fact.
yeah.
nonsense of like, nah, I'm not gonna do the dunking contest. And made it okay. He
Right,
made it
right.
okay. I don't think that's cool.
You're right. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. I'll tell you this though. I think a lot of the stars have more to lose. And I was listening to Dr. J actually on Gillian Wallow today. Dr. J putting out
That's
a
correct.
documentary or yeah. So I listened to him on Gillian Wallow. And they was talking about guys sitting out
Mm,
and guys not competing and this, that, and the other. And what Dr. J said was awesome. He said, you know, we live by the next man up.
Mhm.
So therefore, if you go out, you might not get your spot back.
Mm,
Because
man,
the guy, yeah, he says, so you either play today or you might lose your spot
mhm.
tomorrow.
that's a fact.
Because the next guy up
That's a
might
fact.
come and play good. Like, or we're going to start him again.
Yeah,
So when it comes to these guys right now, these guys have brands. Like
yeah,
Dr. J said something like the All-Star tickets. He said something like the All-Star ticket, his son or his grandson or somebody wanted to go to the game. He said, Granddad, can I get a ticket? He said, I'm looking at the tickets right now online or whatever. It's like $8,000, $7,000. And then they asked him how much was the All-Star tickets when he played. He's like $8. You know what I mean? It's
wow.
like $8. You know what I mean? But
That's
it's
ridiculous.
big money, big brands, and then I don't think these guys could deal with the ridicule of having somebody beat them. Because to be honest with you, y'all say LeBron, I say, well, y'all said LeBron before, but I say Zion Williamson. He's the
Oh, yeah.
guy that I've wanted to see because I see his dunk contest in high school.
Yeah,
Like it's on the
Right.
internet.
But that's
He could bring 4 or 5 and what you
yeah, but
say?
he's another big name that everybody would love to see.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I would have loved to see him and Ja. go at it. Ja, that little guy, he get up there, man. He was putting some dunks up.
True that.
But
Yeah.
yeah, these guys, and I think both of you guys are right. Like, I think that they don't want to get beat and humiliated because it's now that person becomes better than you, and everybody doesn't have that Michael Jordan gene. It says nobody's better than
Right.
me, so once a guy becomes better than you, you spend the rest of your career trying to be better than him. So I think both of y'all hit it right on the head, man. Definitely.
I'm gonna run some things by y'all and tell me what impresses you the most. I got these two stats, right? Ben called me a stat man, so every now and then I like to look up some stats or something. And right now, this is fast breaks points per game in the NBA. All the players who lead the league in fast break points. LeBron James.
Really?
5.7. Yeah, really. At 5.7, he averaged 5.7 fast break points a game. Then it's Tyrese Maxey, then it's Giannis, then it's Kawhi Leonard, then it's Donovan Mitchell. You heard me, Sam? Benny, go ahead. Benny, you hear
I'm
me?
impressed for the old man. But that could mean a couple of things though. Is he playing D or he leaking out on some of those fast breaks? But nevertheless, if
I ain't
he's
even think of
number one,
that.
you got to give him credit. That's just the way I see it. But I like that list though. Those usually are the guys always on the break. But hey, you got to give it to him.
Sam, you hear what I said?
I didn't, and I apologize. I don't know what's going on with this. It keeps stopping saying that it's uploading the recording. I'm not sure.
Did you take all your stuff off? But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
If you can hear me now, just how do you feel about LeBron being the number one leader for fast break points? At the age he is now, he's averaging the most fast break points in the NBA. You there?
I mean, come on, man. They just giving this guy accolades that they just making stuff up. Like he took less steps than anybody to get a dunk. Like, you're just gonna give him stuff. That's what we doing now. Making stuff up.
Well, I'm just throwing this in. It's just a little fun fast. All right. Now, points in the paint per game. Giannis averaged 18.7.
Okay.
Zion Williams averaged 15.7. Jokic averaged 14.3. Şengün averaged 13.3. And Durant averaged 13.3. So those are, and I guess most of us would have known that Giannis averaged the most points in the paint.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all got anything y'all want to say
I'm
about that?
impressed by
Or y'all good?
If you look at that list, I'm impressed by Giannis. I don't know what Durant's doing on that list. I don't know how he got there, but he shoots.
No, not Durant. Not Durant. Durant
from
the
Detroit.
dude from Detroit.
Oh,
From
okay.
Detroit. Okay, so that makes sense.
more sense.
And
That make a lot more sense.
And getting back to what I was saying, look at Giannis. That's why he's so unique. He's not a big, powerful. I mean, he's strong, but he's more like slinky, long, fast, plastic man type of thing. And the rest of all those guys, a big, bulky guy. Obviously, they're in the paint. So I'm impressed by Giannis' numbers on top of all that because he doesn't even have that big physical thing, but he still gets to the rim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, and I got you. I got you. Now, this is the last one. I wasn't impressed with I was impressed with Zion Williamson being that high because I don't feel like he's really getting it in. But the other guys understand it because Durant is a big guy, Şengün, but it just, Giannis was impressive because he might be averaging like 28 or whatever, but 18 points come in the paint. That was kind of impressive because how many free throws did he get? Because that means he probably ain't getting no other points really outside the paint. He's probably getting free throws. So that was a little different. Then they got drives per game. They got different things per
Well,
game.
did the
But this
Knicks
is
not have anybody on that list? The Knicks didn't have anybody
which
No,
one?
on the list of the paint points.
I guarantee you.
No?
I guarantee
No.
you, Brunson will be the
Spencer didn't
closest
make it?
one.
Who that?
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson? Yeah, because Jalen Brunson is number 2 on drives per game. He drives to the hole like 17.8
Wow.
times a game, and Shea drives 20.6
Mm.
times a game. And then they got drive points per game. Shea got 15.5. Cade Cunningham got 12.3. Jalen Brunson has 11.1. De'Aaron Fox has 10.1. And Franz Wagner has 9.5. These just a little fun facts, man. Just looking at different things, man. And the clutch points and this stuff. I'm just looking at these enhanced stats. It's just some things that's really impressive. It's just a lot of different things. But what I want to go to, do you feel like the MVP, right? How much is scoring should be a part of the MVP race? And the reason I say this is this. You know, the top 10 scores, I'm going to start at the bottom. Jalen Brunson, Steph Curry, Kawhi Leonard, Nick Jokic, Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brown, Anthony Edwards, Jay, and Luka. So when I'm looking at that, should Luka get considerations? Should Ant-Man get considerations? Is it just the win total, or do scoring and how much they producing and how much they helping the team should be a factor?
I would say it should definitely be a factor because there's a reason that we have a defensive player. Like, so when you look at the scoring and the assists, like those are the 2 most important aspects of the offense. And Luka, I already told you, Luka should definitely be in consideration. I told you the only person I would pick other than Shea would be Luka. I think he's leading the league in scoring, and he's averaging like 8 and 8 on the rebounds and assists. And I think that sometimes we overlook what a person's doing because their team isn't winning, or they're not producing wins with what they're doing. Which is the reason, like you take when Russell Westbrook won the MVP, his team was what, 5th or 6th place. Had they not made the playoffs, obviously, what he did was still great, but he wouldn't have won that MVP award. So I think that should play a major part, or you should take out the defensive player of the year and just make it one whole situation. Like, this is the best all around player. Because I don't think that that's fair.
Okay. I got Ben, you want to add to that?
To me, I think I'm gonna be a little biased. And MVP to me is the best player that does everything. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of it is looked at, okay, if that player is down, how that team is going to play. You know what I'm saying? Shea went down, they're still winning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, is the best player that can do everything: scoring, assists, defense. Because if you do everything, your team is gonna that's your value to your team. He does everything. It's not just a one-way play. He does absolutely everything. But a lot of time the MVP is, if that person wasn't there, how would that team be? And they kind of judge it that way.
Yeah, and because they never give you the all the variables of how much win percentage you gotta contribute to your team. Because one thing that's the cheat code, and Jokic already has 3. He already has 3 MVPs. Because the sad thing
Yeah.
about it, the dude is averaging another triple double this year. And see, Seb, you didn't hear this last week when I was saying this, because I was talking about Murray. Like by having a point center on your team, does it hurt Murray play as a point guard? So we're not going to answer that question. But one thing I'm gonna answer is this, and I had looked it up. I was trying to see like how impressive it was for a guy to lead the league in rebounding and assists. And if Jokic leads the league in rebounding and assists this year, it has only been done one time in NBA
Mm.
history. And it was Wilt
I'm
Chamberlain.
about to say that was Will.
Wilt Chamberlain, yeah, it was Wilt. He led the league in rebounds. He averaged like 24 points, 23 rebounds, something like that, and like 8.6 assists. So he averaged 20, 28.
Wow.
You know? So, and that was Wilt Chamberlain. So, with that being said, what Benny just said, do that mean that Jokic should win MVP again by him helping his team? He's leading his team in rebounds, points, and assists, and steals.
Listen, unfortunately, yes, that's what it means if you're looking at it the way I see it. And I say unfortunately because it gets kind
Yeah.
of corny,
Okay.
the same guy winning it all the time.
Well, what I always said is they need to have a specific mandate on what the MVP is, because we say, the MVP of the regular season, right? That's what the MVP is. It's of the regular season. So we don't count the playoffs and all that good stuff. So there's no MVP of the playoffs. Even like if you win the
Uh,
finals, you're the
Of
MVP
the
of the
final.
finals. So we have to consider what does that mean? Are you the
mm,
MVP of your team, of the league? Because I always looked at it of the league. Like when you see Michael Jordan get beat out by Barkley or Karl Malone, and you're like, okay, were they better than Jordan? Like, I don't think so, but they were the best player on their team that was winning. So I
mm,
don't know. Because there's a lot of guys I feel, they've been cheated. I'm not gonna talk about, Shaq getting robbed. We're not gonna discuss those type of things, but it happens, you know.
yeah.
So I don't know if everybody that wins is deserving of it. Like I feel like Kevin Durant is owed 1 or 2 more MVPs, but I guess it
Yeah,
just
but that's what
depends.
That's why I'm gonna throw this shameless plug in. That's why when GOAT Metrics was made, it was able to take out. We haven't went through a GOAT Metrics in a minute. I think next show we're gonna go over somebody's list because James Harden and Durant. Really, James Harden has moved up. We might run his stats down or something, or we'll do something. We'll figure out what we're gonna do. But the thing of the matter, and that's why the concept of GOAT Metrics was awards is given.
Mhm.
See, with them awards, you give it to who you want. Even all NBA, we select you. And that's why they
Right,
use all
right,
star, that's fan voting. See, but when you become the scoring leader like Luca is doing, he's one of one. Nobody gave him that.
right, right.
He earned that, And that's why with this MVP thing, that the criteria is a little bit different and it's never um black and white. Because if that's the case, they can't they can't promote who they want to promote. And one
Right.
thing I'm gonna say about this as well as this. When Kunta was on 7, was it on? And when we say, because now I'm gonna rewind back to the international players, we're gonna give a last word so everybody could go enjoy the rest of their evening. But with the international players, I didn't speak on it last week, but I was thinking about something that Kunta said when he was on the show, or we talked off air or something. But he said, with international players, is this a marketing tool to expand the
Of course.
NBA, or is these guys really that much better than the U.S. players?
Hmm,
Yeah, I don't think
hmm.
they're that.
You
I
know?
don't think it's like they're better than the U.S. players. I don't think so. Definitely a marketing thing. They want to make this a global league. Um, But, you know, a lot of the players are fundamentally sound. And listen, I think we touched on it earlier. I think they missing some competitiveness, really, but I think they have the tools.
Okay.
Excuse me. I'm gonna agree and disagree because I do believe that they take the best players from whatever area we're talking about, whether Wimby's French or whatever, wherever you are. If you're the best player, the top player, they're gonna take you and bring you to the NBA to get that recognition. And at the same time, I think that it is a marketing ploy sometimes to put them as the face of the league and get these
Right.
guys out there and win MVPs and say they're the best in the league, in order for that revenue to keep coming in. Because nobody wants to support a coup coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, the country isn't going to get behind a coup coach, but we'll get behind, a Jokic or a Luka, because we all want our people to be the
Yeah.
best. Like, hey, he's the greatest player in the league right now. So his jersey is gonna sell like crazy out there. The revenue is gonna come in. And I'll leave that. And then before I leave it alone, we talked about I wanted to add one more thing to the MVP. I always
Mm-hmm.
felt like, and this is just me, they should have had an East and a West MVP every season. I always felt like that, like baseball does it. You know what I'm saying? I just always felt like that was something that should have been done. And that's that for that. But
Mm.
yeah, I definitely think that it's a marketing ploy on the behalf of the NBA, and they do it well.
Yeah, yeah.
They do it
I'll add
well.
on to that. I talk to people from all over the world every day because I'm at the hotel, and you wouldn't know how many times guests is like, "Oh, can you print something to me?" And they're printing basketball tickets for the Knicks or the Nets. They don't speak no English. They don't speak no
Mm-hmm.
English, and they're getting freaking good ass seats to these
Mm-hmm.
games or whatever. Why? Because they had a Manu Ginobili on there or such and such. Believe me,
Yep.
it's a marketing thing and it's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna read something to you. Brian Windhurst said this, right? And I'm looking at it right now. Since we're speaking on the MVPs, right? He said that we haven't had an American-born MVP this decade.
Damn.
So yeah, I'm gonna go a little deeper than that. I'm gonna see if y'all can guess this. Who was the last American MVP?
You said the last American-born MVP?
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. Nah,
It would have to be Russ,
you was close. It was James Harden.
James Harden.
Ja- James Harden averaged 30.4, 5.4 rebounds, and 8.8 assists. And then Russell Westbrook was before him. Then it was Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Derrick Rose. And that was from 2000. It was LeBron James, Kobe. The list goes on and on. But it's amazing that I'm gonna read it off to you. So from 2018-19 season, it's Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, Jokic, SGA. You know,
That's pretty
and,
good.
and, and when you're looking at Jokic stats and stuff, you can almost understand why they give it to him
Yep.
because his stats is
Yep.
crazy. His stats is crazy, especially when he averaged 27, 13.8 rebounds, and 7.9 assists. The 13.8 rebounds is crazy enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the 27 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let y'all guys go first with y'all last word. Seb, you go first with your last word. Anything you want to talk about before we close the show?
All right. First of all, So I want to send another shout out to my alma mater, which is the reason I'm so tired right now. I'm beat. We took a weekend trip out there to Fayetteville. My nephew played for the Fayetteville State Broncos. It was his senior night. So it was a hell of a game against Johnson C. Smith again. This time it was at home, so we went out there to show that support. So proud of my nephew, man. So proud of him. Proud of the whole Broncos team. If I'm not mistaken, I think they might be 16-3 or 16-2. That whole program has transformed, man. I'm really looking out for them for CIAA. My nephew is he was supposed to get his 2,000 point ball. He was a few points away. You know, he played unselfish ball. He could have dropped 27, but he didn't. So he'll be playing Shaw this week. I think I might head out there, watch him do that, man, get the 2,000 ball. I'm super proud of all of them guys, man. Keep it up, fellas. Keep it up.
All right, B. What's your last
No doubt.
word?
Go Broncos. I don't know. I was thinking, as far as the NBA All-Star, why don't they just have a committee and just match up players? Like, who do you want to see him go against? Let's make sure they're on the opposite side. Who will match up there? And just match up all the way down and try to and then let them go at it.
I got you. I'm not going to add on. We're going to get up out of here. My last word is this. When I seen the players hit the floor from All-Star Weekend, I didn't know it was going to be that competitive. Because this was the first time I seen 3 or more players with earrings playing the game. I don't know if y'all seen it. I don't know if I'm the only guy that's seen it, but go back to the tape, man. Guys was wearing hoops during the game. And I'm not gonna lie. Go back to the game. They was wearing hoops. Anthony Edwards had some black diamonds hoop earrings, and he wound up getting the MVP. It was very different. When I seen that, when they was in the layup lines and all, I was like, they ain't gonna play. But y'all surprised me. And maybe the NBA need to let these guys play with their earrings in more often.
Right.
Because I've seen a lot of competitiveness, and and maybe they just want to turn up. Like Maxie said, we young and we turned up. So maybe when they earrings in, they be a little turned up. So maybe they need to think about that. Maybe think about letting these guys wear their earrings during the season, because it was a pretty good outlet, man. I like the look, man. It was stylish too.
Mike still wear his hoop earrings, right?
Yeah, but he ain't never wore it in the game, because Detroit would have had his ears on the ground. And Detroit Pistons would have had his whole earlobe on the ground. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So I was surprised that they let these guys play in their earrings, but it turned out to a good game. But I had to say this because I want to know that I just want to know that anybody else see it. I want to know if anybody else seen it. And one thing I want to say is this too. Just for one back to the All-Star game. I think that the Stripes lost. I'm biased. I want the Stripes to win. But I think the Stripes lost because they played 3 games in a row, but then their coach wasn't skilled enough to realize, don't start the starters you started the last game. Like, he didn't have the mindset to realize this is like an NBA game. So when you start somebody, you play them 6 or 7 minutes and you set them down and you bring some other guys in there. Why you start these guys like that? Why, if you knew it was like the championship was like the 4th quarter. So therefore, you should have started Fox, Mitchell, and some other guys who didn't get some playing times, and then bring the veterans in after the guys, because the younger guys had better legs. So that's just a little thing. So hopefully they'll pay attention to this, and if they keep this type of format with the old and young guys and with the world, maybe we'll see a little bit of different how they sub the guys in. Because I was paying attention. I was a little offended. Like, why you even start LeBron and them? They was out of gas, man.
Yeah.
Why even start these guys?
Yeah. LeBron was out of
Like
gas
that's
coming off the bench. Like when he got up, I think they was doing not the national anthem and he was gassed. I was like, man, he ain't gonna make it.
yo. But the funny thing
He ain't
about him
gonna
is
make
this,
it.
right? Yo, we could joke him all he want. You see when he caught that dunk on Powell? He
You
caught a
know what?
little.
I had turned away. I turned away right when it was happening. I went to reach for a drink and I missed the entire thing, man. It was in slow motion. So
You know the thing about it though, and I'm gonna let you go because we on this LeBron thing. The thing about with me is him is this: he has all the skills, right? All the skills. Still get a lot of like this year. Somebody in the league wish they was having his year, you
mhm.
know, because he's still having a great year. But
Right,
the only thing
right.
that killed me about LeBron is that at times when you look at him, he look old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he at certain times he looked like the father off of he looked like Joe off of This Christmas. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, anybody know This Christmas? You know who
Yeah,
Joe was? He be looking
yeah, that
like
was
Joe sometimes.
are you talking about
Yeah.
West Indian Archie? You play West Indian
Exactly, exactly. So sometimes you look like Joe, but let's get up out of here, man. Everybody get to their family, man. It's GOAT Metric. We in the building, man. All-star recap, man. All right, fellas.
Stop complaining, stop back chasing. Can't